Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today we're finna show y'all how I clean chickens. I clean mine. I skin them. I don't do the boiling the water and the plucking the feathers. I just skin them whole, and then you can, if you're using big chickens, of course you can do your leg quarters and boneless breast or whatever you want to do. But I got some little bantams here. I came across a fella wanting to get rid of his bantam chickens, and these are just the edge that I don't need all these roosters. Now you say, well, why you want bantams for meat? Well, you raise quails to eat, you eat doves. There's more meat on a bantam chicken than it is a quail. It tastes just like regular chicken. It is, that's all it is a small chicken. But no, you wouldn't want to raise bantams just for meat chickens, but they good eating. But anyway, we're finna get over here and we're gonna show y'all how I skin chickens. Alright guys, so I've already dispatched the chicken, and I choose not to show that because it ain't no sense in it myself. But you want to do it in a quick, humane way. But what I like to do, and I do this whether it's a big chicken, little chicken, quail, these bantams, I get them wet, and I take my poultry shears here and I go on and cut the legs off right here at the top of the knuckle. And some people eat them, but I'm not eating me no chicken feet. I might eat me some chicken feet if I got down where I didn't have nothing else to eat, but I'm not eating chicken feet. But I cut both feet off, just like that. Next thing I do is on the wing. On these bantam chickens, you ain't got enough meat to get that end piece there to worry about it. So I just slice right there in the bend of your wing. Take my shears, snip that wing off. Find this bend in the other wing, and I like cutting it with my knife. That way I can get right on that knuckle, that joint, and I cut both wings off. Then next, back here at the back at the tail feathers, right above his vent. If you feel a chicken, it's where them feathers all comes together. I take my shears and I just go on and cut straight across there and cut that off. You want to keep you some running water at all times. It makes it less messy, keep your feathers cleaned up. But now at this point you just got the fuzzy little bird. You lay him with his breast up about 3/4 way back there. Put your little slit in the skin and just grab it and go both ways. Like I said, I keep water on my hands. As you work down the leg, you just grab the leg and pull the skin off. Do the other leg the same way. Then I just kind of grab the whole chicken here and I work my way all the way around its back. And you can work your way forward. Then when you get to the wing, just reach in there and grab the wing, and you can just pull it right out of the skin. Do the other one the same way. Then just pull the skin right on off the neck. Then you want to go back. I'll take my shears, because sometimes when you cut them joints on them wings, and sometimes if you don't cut your legs down far enough, you'll have that little knot there. You can see it right here. I'm going to trim that off, because it has them pin feathers down in it. I don't care about that gristle. And you can see why I said it ain't, on a bantam, it ain't worth leaving your extra wing piece there, because it ain't hardly no meat on the first piece of wing. But you don't want to cut your first piece off, because you got breast meat coming up to it. Now, right I do it this time, right here under the breast point, toward the rear of the bird, I cut me just a little slit. Then you can run your 2 fingers up in that bird, and you can come out with his guts, his liver, his heart, and everything. Now, normally I would keep the livers, but since I'm only doing whatever it is, 5 or 6 bantams today, I ain't gonna keep no livers, because it ain't enough to worry about. But what you want to do, guys, is make sure that your heart comes out. On this one it didn't. There it is. Run you some water up in there and get it clean. And I know y'all ain't gonna be able to see this on camera, but you want to take your finger and you want to rake that rib cage and look down in there, and you want to make sure you get them lungs out of there. And there's your little lung. That's off of one side. You want to make sure to get them lungs out of there. You don't want nothing that'll cause your meat to spoil. There's the other one. Now these little bantams like this, then all I do is back here on the rear end, trim some of that, I call it flab. And then I trim his neck off. Ain't no sense of leaving his neck on there, because there ain't no meat on that neck. It takes a pretty good sized chicken to have meat on the neck. And then I just run my finger through several times, look in there and make sure I ain't got nothing left in there. Now I leave these little bantams whole just like that right there. Kind of like a little Cornish hen. But you can cook these whole, and you got your breast meat, with your breast there's got more breast meat on it than a quail does. Your legs have got more meat, but I can take one of these right here, cook it on the grill or however you want to cook it. And that's some good eating. So that's how I skin my chickens. Now if it was a big chicken, I'd come in here and break his legs open like that right there. And you can slice down through here, and you got your leg quarters. Then if you can actually debone your breast and get your tenders out from under there, and then your wing. Of course, if it's a big chicken, you leave your other little piece of wing on there, and you cut your wing, then you have your chicken wings. Like I said, I took these bantams off a fella because he didn't want them no more, and they young and had way too many roosters. So I got a ice chest sitting over here with some ice water in it. And that's where I throw this until I move on to another one. Well, I'm finna go dispatch nothing and we'll move forward. Now guys, I don't dispatch my chickens or quails, either one. I dispatch them right before I clean them in this kind of temperature. Now if it was cold temperature, then I'd go around there and dispatch several of them at one time and then have them ready. But this hot temperature like this, I ain't gonna dispatch but just one right before I do it. So I'm finna go get us another. Alright guys, I got us another one here. And when you're dispatching your chickens, I'm calling it dispatching them. I think that's a little better word. The only thing about these poster shears here, they come apart, which is good for cleaning. But when you lay them down wrong, they come apart on you. Just if I lay that chicken down there, I might be able to put them back together. Lay them down wrong, they come apart on you. But what I was saying, when you're dispatching your chickens, however your method is, it's good to let them bleed out. Now, I ain't one of them that likes letting mine go out there and flop around and blood's everywhere, so that's kind of the reason I do one at a time, so I can keep things a little neater. So again, we finna move on just like we did a while ago. I'm gonna cut the legs off first. Now guys, I've been a hunter all of my life. Hunt and fish. But I can't, even hunting, or fishing, I can't go fishing, come in and skin the fish and immediately eat them. Same thing with deer, squirrel, these chickens. Now I can process them like this, put them in the freezer, then get them back out and cook with them. But even though I'm a hunter, I just ain't never been one much on that, just killing it, catching a fish and immediately cooking it up. Y'all can see these scissors here I got. So far I've liked these scissors because they're sharp and they cut good, but I don't like that every time I lay them down they want to fall apart. I guess I'm going to have to learn to lock them when I lay them down, that way they won't keep coming apart on me. But yeah, it's nice that they come apart when you get ready to wash them up and clean them good. And I try to go on and get mine, whatever I'm skinning or processing, I go on and try to get it pretty daggum clean before I throw it in my ice water. Because if you don't, then you got to turn around and spend more time cleaning them before you bag them. Alright guys, so I decided I had 2 or 3 big chickens I wanted to go on while I was doing the day. So now I'm going to show y'all the only difference I'm going to do on this big chicken is I'm going to go to the next joint on the wing and how I clip the feathers on it. Other than that, it's going to be the same process as the bantams. So again, what I do, I start out with cutting the leg off right above the, I would call that the knee. Oh, I think I just cut my finger. I don't know how much of this y'all got. My camera just went off. Y'all may have missed a little part of this, but here's the part I was going to show you. Them feathers don't come off that end wing good, so I just take my snippers and snip right down through there and get them off. Also, you can use a pair of fish skinners and grab them. Actually, meat chickens is easier to skin because you're doing them at a younger age and they fatter chickens. But you can see how I'm just using my fish skinners there to pull them feathers out. Like I said, that's two also. That's why a lot of people don't even keep this little end piece. You ain't got but one little bitty piece of meat there. But I love chicken wings. So then after I do that, I lay him on his back, and I just kind of take both legs and break them open, push down on them. Take your knife and find that joint. Work right around that joint. And there's your chicken leg in your thigh. Now I don't try to cut all this fat off. I just cut the what I call the flabby part, but I'll leave some fat on there because my wife sometimes may want to cook dumplings or something, and since you ain't left the skin on the chicken, that fat will give you your grease in your chicken stock when you boil it. I will say that's the downfall of skinning a chicken, is losing your skin. Sometimes if you're frying it, which I don't eat much fried food no more, that skin gives it more of a crisp. But also if you're boiling it, it gives you more chicken stock. But also you could take that carcass there when you get done, and you can boil that carcass and save your water and freeze it in jugs in the thing and have you some frozen chicken stock just off the carcass left over from the chicken. Now on the wings, I just hold that wing up and I put my knife right up under there. You see how your breast comes up to your wing? That's why you don't want to cut like that. You don't want to leave your breast piece on your wing. You want to start at the tip up here. Work right down that wing till you find that joint. And once you find that joint, then you can just cut right through there just like that. If I got any more feathers left on here, then it's time I go on and clean it up. I do all my cleaning right now. I don't want to have to do a lot more cleaning when I start to wash them off out of the cold water and bag them. There's your chicken wing. Now these are Rhode Island red chickens. That's why you ain't gonna get that big of a wing. You want chicken meat to raise for meat. This here is kind of like a dual purpose bird. You get pretty decent meat, but yet you get good eggs. There's our second wing. Now on the breast right here, get some feathers out of my sink so it'll drain. That's one thing I have to do since I do all my skinning and wildlife and fish, everything right here in this sink. I have to keep this flushed out good because it stays stopped up. But on the breast, we fillet our breast out. You start right down beside your breastbone, and you don't want to go cutting deep because you got your chicken tender, what you call your breast tenders under there. And I always divide mine out. You cut down through there, and I'll show y'all up close in a moment once I get to it. You just cut slow and follow that breastbone, and you'll see it start opening up like that right there. If you kept following the breastbone, you're going to cut your chicken tender out with your breast meat. But we cut our breast meat out like this. And that's your boneless chicken breast. Then you come back, and that's when you get right up against that breastbone. You gotta go slower, you'll waste too much of your meat. And these ain't meat chickens, so they ain't got that much on there to be wasted. And there's your chicken tender you can fry up. Well, I'm gonna fry the breast up too if I want to, but that's usually what we do with the tenders is fry them. Then we're gonna do the other side. And you can see that pocket opens up, and you can see your tender down in there. You can stick your fingers in it. That way you can cut your breast meat off the top, leave your tender. Really and truly on chickens like this, a person ought to just cut the tender and breast out together. Because like I said, these ain't fully meat chickens. But on a good meat chicken, you get a bigger filet breast and a bigger. But guys, that right there, two of them right there fried or done on the grill. Actually one of them on the grill with a salad's enough for me. And it's getting this time of the year where I'm finna be planting that lettuce and stuff, and I like eating them fresh salads. You throw a piece of this on the grill. And when you want some fried meat, you get out these fresh chicken tenders. And there you go, got two tenders. And guys, that's all I get off of chicken. Like I said, you could take this right here, go on and remove your gut side of it. You could boil that. That's the crock on the chicken. You'd want to remove it too. Remove its guts and internals. And you could put that in boiling water and boil it. And then when you throw the carcass away and get your chicken broth, and after it cools, you could freeze it in them half-gallon milk jugs, and you would have you some chicken broth. Alright guys, so now after I changed my mind and done my big chickens, I think I ended up with 7 bantams and 3 Rhode Island Reds. And I still got some more bantams out there that I'm gonna have to do something with. But I'm gonna wait till they get a little older so I can actually see which ones is males and which ones females. But I'm trying to get my herd back down the way I want it. I don't like having too many chickens. You put too many chickens in your pen, and it's too much chicken poop, and it's just too much. And then you end up getting more eggs than you need, and you're just giving them away anyway. So I like keeping mine down where me and my immediate family can eat our eggs up, and I ain't got to just be doing all the work and wasting money on the feed, giving all the eggs away all the time. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Like I said, the way I'm doing it ain't the only way to do it, and I ain't gonna try to tell you it's the best way to do it, but it's a way that you may want to try it. But thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. God bless. See y'all next time.